Thank you very much and a warm welcome from me to our event. As already mentioned by Roman Dumitrescu, the AI Marketplace supports the development of new AI solutions via its digital platform. Before we look at the prototype, let us look at the big picture. The platform we built is developed in 4 stages. In the first stage, intelligent matching, AI providers and industrial companies will be brought together. To this end, the providers of AI solutions create competence profiles, and by comparing competencies of AI providers and potentials of industry companies, suitable partnerships are derived. Very often, we lack access to reliable data for the development and training of algorithms. The AI Marketplace provides in its second stage a secure data space for the development and testing of AI applications. One challenge is the sensitivity of the data. The AI Marketplace addresses this by implementing a reference architecture of the International Data Spaces Association, which guarantees data security and sovereignty. Based on the intelligent matching, the secure data space, and the growing ecosystem, the AI Marketplace will be extended by an app store. We will provide AI applications that can be used by industry companies with a reasonable amount of adoption. The scope of our store will range from simple services like consultancy services to complex AI applications ready for deployment. In the final and fourth stage, the AI Marketplace will offer standardized AI building blocks that can be combined as needed and used to develop new solutions. With complementary integrated development environment and through the plug-and-play principle, even small and medium-sized companies are enabled to compile AI applications themselves. And our goal is that they can do it without having to hire a service provider each time. This event today, and especially this slot here, is about the beta release of the first platform stage. Now we keep talking about this platform all the time and you have never actually seen it. Well, let us change that and look at how every one of us, me here and you out there, can access the AI Marketplace. For this I will take my tablet and together we will have a look. You can find the link in the event tool and together we can have a look at the first page of our platform. As you can see here, we have some general information where you can read up again. You can also see our main address here, or main areas here. In the inspiration section, you can read about AI and product creation. In the other section, you can look at challenges that industrial companies are faced with. You can also post your own challenges, or you can browse AI providers. But more about this in detail from my colleagues later. If you want to have access to all functions on the platform, you can register via the login button. Here to the right, here you can enter your contact details and fill in your user profile. Once you have done this, you can make full use of the functions presented next. And now I'm handing over to my colleague Marc Foullois, who will present the section inspiration of our platform, and in detail he will explain the potentials in AI for product creations. Thank you very much, and Marc will continue.
Hello, this is Marc Foullois. I've already had the pleasure of browsing the beta version of the AI Marketplace and present you today the AI potential map and briefly go into the call for solution service of the AI Marketplace. In my everyday work with industrial companies, I deal intensively with the processes, products, and needs of our customers. Identifying and leveraging special capabilities as well as potentials of our customers is the focus of my everyday work. We have already had the term potential several times today. I would like to put it into the context of the AI Marketplace. In our definition, a potential consists of a challenge that can be solved by a technique or method and thus creates an added value in certain company. Related to AI and product creation, a potential is first, a challenge in the context of product creation. Second, one or more AI processes, AI techniques, or concrete solution that addresses this challenge. And third, the impact of that technology in the demonstrated context. The AI marketplace basically taps into these potentials from two thrusts. Once from the domain of the product creation, and further from the domain of the AI, bringing them together in one potential. However, the AI marketplace does not stop at this point, because it becomes really interesting for the industry, but also for solution providers, when a certain value is attributed to these potentials. For this reason, we evaluate them according to benefits and effort-inducing characteristics. How relevant is the potential for the industry? How much is the effort to leverage this potential? What is the added value exactly? I can find all the answers to these questions in the AI marketplace. Let's have a look at one concrete potential in our potential map: the knowledge-based validation of system design. First, we have the context description of the potential. This sets the scope and describes a problem or the opportunity. In our example, we are in the system design and want to use knowledge of previous product generations to prevent errors in early phases of the development before they really occur. This is to be done with the defect reports. Second, we have the solution approach. This describes the goal as well as the AI techniques that will be used for the potential. In our case, the reports are pre-selected by importance and correspondence and visualized to the user at the right point. NLP and named entity recognition are used for the understanding the reports and similarity learning for the matching. Third, the impact of the solution in the described context is explained. Both the added value and the required effort will be discussed. In the example, the product quality is directly improved, costs are saved, and the document quality is increased. The effort lies in the preparation of the reports as an input data for the further processing with the AI. Additionally, the shown potential is also assigned to our two domains. In product creation, it is assigned to the process step specify system architecture. Talking about the AI domain, it is assigned to the techniques NLP, similarity learning, and named entity recognition. Overall, the potential map provides me with a structured overview of the potentials of AI in the product creation and even shows me the best related potentials. We are aware that potentials also occur very individually. That's why we have expanded our service offering to include individual consulting. Services such as the AI readiness check, the data checkup, or even the potential analysis workshop provides concrete fields of action to support your individual way to future product and service engineering. Later, Alan Fauger from the ProSep IWIP will inspire and present you our individual service offers. Browsing our potential map and taking advantage of our individual services is not the only way you can obtain concrete solution with the AI marketplace. AI is a game-changing technology that is already setting the pace and will do so in the future. This technology, with all its facets, is entering the market in many ways via the technology push strategy and is looking for a problem it can solve. In order for AI to reach its full potential and enable breakthrough innovation, it is our ambition to support this. In other words, with the AI marketplace, we want to offer industrial companies a platform where they can address their specific challenges in their product creation to our community of AI solution providers, software vendors, consultancies, and many other roles in the AI marketplace. Our Call for Solution service makes this possible. Industrial companies can describe their challenges in a standardized format, determine timeline concretize their challenge with information about in- and outputs, attach data packages, and publish them in a closed or even an open space. These challenges are proposed to suitable solution providers so that they can apply to these challenges with a solution proposal or even a finished solution. Once a challenge has been published, all solution providers can contact the owner of the challenge. The initial discussion about the challenge can then lead to an offer for the provision or development of a solution. With the result, a proposed solution or even a concrete solution for the published individual challenge is available. At the moment, we are supporting the description of the challenge and the matching with suitable solution partners. In the future, we want to support the development for the solution or of the solution via the platform as well. If you're now interested in getting inspired, visit our potential map. But if you have a specific challenge in your product creation, then post a challenge and get in touch with suitable solution partners via the AI Marketplace. And now I'm handing over to Maximilian Panzner of Mercury.ai. Maximilian, the floor is yours.
Hi, I am CTO and co-founder of Mercury.ai, a no-code conversational AI platform for customer service and e-commerce on website chat, WhatsApp, and Facebook Messenger. We help businesses to get in touch with their customers, to optimize sales, customer satisfaction, and collect meaningful feedback about their products that are subsequently used in user-centric product development. In the last 10 years, we have seen advances in AI solutions that 10 years ago, many experts in the field would not have considered feasible so quickly. In the near future, it is likely that the clever use of machine learning, that's the mathematical toolbox that powers AI solutions, and AI will become a strategically important factor that will significantly change products and services. Many companies understand that it is important to explore and leverage the potential of these technologies. But in some cases, they do not have yet the competence to implement the corresponding projects themselves. Therefore, prototypes are often approached in projects together with universities, specialized in fundamental research. These projects are usually exploratory in nature and take a long time to finish, typically culminating in a prototype that demonstrates an exemplary use case. The bottom line is, when smaller businesses that do not have experienced AI teams themselves invest in those strategic areas, they face some inherent economical risks, like high product development costs and a high risk of failure. Building up competence in that area is slow and expensive. In addition, there's often a large share of non-AI specific tasks to be solved. For example, data collection and processing of the data to make it accessible to be used in a value-adding manner. From this perspective, it becomes clear that for most companies, self-implemented AI features come with high risk and often are not the ones that arrive first to the market. A very vivid example here is how automotive brands like BMW, Volkswagen, or Daimler partner with the big IT giants when it comes to large strategic initiatives. The AI Marketplace will be a strategic matching tool to externally source exactly the AI tools and components needed, but built and productized by experts in the field. This reduces cost, risk, and time to market. For solution providers like Mercury, the AI Marketplace is a powerful tool to get in contact with potential customers, looking for innovative solutions that would be very hard to reach through conventional outreach and marketing channels. In addition, by intelligently cataloging AI solutions, the AI Marketplace makes challenges that companies are facing and solutions offered by providers like us transparent. To be found as a vendor, we create our profile on the marketplace as an AI provider. In addition to the usual information about the company and the contact persons, what is particularly relevant here is our competence profile that describes our fields of expertise in a clearly structured way that is also accessible to non-AI experts. For us, this is natural language processing, because our dialogue system needs to understand text messages from users on a website or on messenger apps. We also provide a variety of API services based on natural language processing. to our customers. Computer vision is also part of our profile. When, for example, a mechanic sends a photo of a machine part that needs to be replaced and sends that photo on WhatsApp, and then asks, can I order 2 of those for Monday? The system needs to identify which part of which machine should be ordered and find the corresponding part numbers to trigger the shipping process. Audio processing is also of relevance when the same mechanic has no hands-free for typing and uses his voice to order the missing parts or to ask for maintenance instructions. By formalizing industry needs and AI competencies, the AI marketplace puts young companies like Mercury in the position to find potential customers in a highly targeted manner, in contrast to expensive funnel-based marketing we are doing now. Conversely, the AI marketplace also proactively suggests concrete challenges from the industry to us as a solution provider, such that we can get in contact with the owners of these challenges to explore possible ways of collaboration. The advantage for us as a provider is clear. We get easier access to relevant prospects, including contacts for which we already know that they have challenges for which we can offer suitable solutions. This is a great opportunity to acquire new customers that fit our solutions and to expand in one of the most dynamic industries in Germany. Last but not least, in a technology sector in which there are hardly any recognized standards, such as ISO and DIN norms, the AI marketplace can additionally contribute to the creation of precisely these standards, lowering market entry barriers for both users and suppliers, and thus paves the way for a dynamic AI ecosystem. Thank you very much for your attention. I'm now handing over to Olaf Knospe.
Hello. Thank you very much indeed for inviting me to that nice place here in Paderborn. And I thank you that I can present my research project. I'm working for Westaflex GmbH. The companies of the Westaflex group are operating in different branches worldwide. Already in the 4th family generation, we produce products at high technological standard. In the IA Marketplace project, we are dedicated to the pilot project AI-supported production planning, together with the Fraunhofer IEM. In the project, we focus on production system development, especially workflow planning. Our goal is to optimize the sequence planning of production orders with the help of artificial intelligence. To do this, we analyze ERP data, real-time data from production and machine data to extract clues for optimal machine allocation and use these insights for work scheduling. With the sequence planning, we determine the production sequence of individual orders with the aim of making production process lean, time-saving, and efficient. Currently, the sequence planning of orders at Westaflex is still done manually. For example, using spreadsheets or analog planning boards. And it is not automatically. Factors such as processing setup and delivery times, product specification, material order, or the reduction of effort have to be taken into account individually. In implementation, this can be quite tedious. Orders and sequences of machines usually cannot be simply shifted without having to manually adjust the rest of the planning. From IE supported sequence planning, we now expect the optimization of the useful output creation by being able to save time. In the first step of the project, we defined our requirements together with the Fraunhofer IEM and selected a use case from production. In the next step, relevant information was determined and analyzed. Here, we examined the processes of how work preparation staff heuristically from sequence of orders. These processes are documented in the form of information flow and data models. For the IA Marketplace, we came across a very interesting software provider in this context, Nixdorf GmbH. Nixdorf GmbH is a subsidiary of D&G Mori and develops digital applications for the medium-sized manufacturing industry that are developed for network production steps across machines. Nixdorf relies with its technology on a modular structure with several small autonomous applications that communicate with each other. We are now going to use a planning tool from Nixdorf, which will help to fully automate the sequence of our orders in the future. We are currently in the data collection phase of the project, in which we are testing the planning board from Nixdorf GmbH. It is a web-based planning tool for production planning with an assistance function and is intended to provide the user with a simple introduction to the optimization of production planning, taking resources into account. The user can enter products, orders, and capacities, and the planning tool will suggest an optimized schedule from this. Subsequently, the plan can be adjusted manually and orders can be moved simply by drag and drop. In our pilot project, Fraunhofer IEM is developing an artificial intelligence-based algorithm for this purpose that takes our specific requirements into account. In the further course of our project, we want to set up a data platform as a web-independent on-premise solution. Large volumes of data, from order data to resource data to monetary data, will then be brought together on the data platform and proceeded for the AI application. At the same time, the data platform will be equipped with interfaces so that an IT infrastructure is created for the plant's internal data and data from AI application. Then, of course, we will still test, optimize, and validate this solution with real data. What this story makes clear, in my opinion, is that the AI marketplace not only helps us as a company from a technological point of view, but also through the network that is created around the AI marketplace. It is possible to get access to AI solution providers very easily. Thank you very much for listening, and goodbye.